Good evening, good morning, however we want to slice it, folks. This is your man, Real Deal, Steven Steele, coming to you live in the twilight hour. This is beyond Doge After Dark, folks. This is Dogecoin for Insomniacs. Dogecoin for Insomniacs. I've been on a Dogecoin for Insomniacs kick lately. Why? Because I've been feeling very much that, my friends. So if I'm going to be awake, if I'm going to be energized well into the twilight hours, you know your man Steven Steele's got to bring it, got to push the Doge, got to hype the community, bring it together, do it to it, folks. Good evening. Good evening. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Who do we got in here? We got Johnny Bullets, Erectile Reptile. Yes. Dogecoin Tweet. Batman versus Deadpool, Money Pit Collection, Tim, Golden Greaser, Tracy McDonald, Coin Pump, Evie, Anthony DePalma, who else? Hamada, yes, Hamada, Dr. Squarebush, and the list goes on and on. Tiffany, yes, and a couple super chats coming in right away. That is awesome. Golden Greaser, thank you for your $2 super chat with the super sticker, the Shiba Inu super sticker. Thank you so much, Golden Greaser. Thank you for your support. And of course, the unofficial Steven Steele live whale, Robbie Gilchrist coming in. Robbie Gilchrist coming in big, coming in hot, coming in big, starting things off big time with 69 Canadian dollars. Thank you so much, Robbie. Really appreciate your continued support of the show, of the community, of all my streams, really. You have just been above and beyond the Call of Duty, my friend. So a big Dogecoin salute to you, my friend. And guys, we are just having quite a day, quite an eventful day. Just an extraordinary news day that's really hard to stop talking about it, because we are at the precipice of an absolute sea change within digital currency right now, to the likes of which we've never seen before. Guys, if you just got in and if you haven't hit that like button, smash that like button. It's the number one thing you can do to help a new emerging channel like this get in front of more eyes, get in front of more people, work its way through those tricky YouTube algorithms. It takes a split second of your time. It doesn't cost you a dime. And secondly, if you are brand new here, I'd like to personally and warmly welcome you to the community, welcome you to the channel. Hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, and just join us. Join us. There are plenty of fellow crypto vampires here for you to befriend. And we've just got a great, positive community that's just growing exponentially each and every day. It's just so exciting. It's so exciting. And we're a little bit weird here, so you got to be cool with that too. Just a heads up. And if you feel compelled to super chat at any time throughout this live stream, that's always hugely appreciated. And we field any of those questions and comments, prioritize those as best as we can. And that's and thank you so much, guys. So yeah, I see more people filtering in here. And yeah, so you know, at this point, I do have a guest I put together at the last few moments here. I've been experimenting more with Twitter Spaces lately, and just kind of getting in a little groove with that stuff. I think it's been going pretty well. People seem to be enjoying them. I wasn't sure if I did enjoy them at first, to be honest with you, but because they're kind of like Clubhouse, and I don't really like Clubhouse, but I do like Twitter Spaces better than Clubhouse personally. So I will be continuing Twitter Spaces on a semi-regular basis, okay? In between, or particularly even during the day, since I do most of my programming at night here. So the special guest that I have right now, he is the former head of marketing for Atari, former head of marketing for Sony Pictures Marketing, .com veteran, super crypto enthusiast, and dare I say Dogecoin activist, Mr. Lucas Bean. Lucas, how are you feeling, man? Yeah, no worries. Yeah, we're it's good to have you, and I got to know Lucas because, and guys, just if for some reason you can't hear Lucas, just let me know in the chat, okay? I'm pretty sure. Just confirm with me, but I'm 99% sure you guys can hear Lucas, but just confirm with me that you can in chat. So how I synced up with Lucas here is we were in a couple Twitter spaces where we were both guest speakers. I think maybe one was in David Ghostein's. I think maybe I met you in the David Ghostein panel, right? Yeah. So I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, right on. So they can't hear you. Just a second, guys. I will fix it. Sorry about that. These Discord settings are just driving me nuts, guys. So just bear with me a moment. We will sort this out. Okay. So we're going to put here, and we're going to put him on. Lucas, give me a 1-2.
1-2.
Okay. Can you guys hear? Can you hear both Lucas and I now? Can you hear both Lucas and I now?
Can't hear me.
Well, they're always running like 30 seconds behind. There's a lag, so just keep that in mind too.
Got it.
Yeah. You always gotta figure that in, or else it can get really confusing. Yes. No. Yes. Can you hear both of us? Okay. They can hear both of us. Okay. We're good now. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Sweet.
Someone says no. Don't mess with me, you guys. If you can hear both of us, tell me you can hear both of us. Okay. Confirm. Okay. We're good to go, man. Can barely hear him. Okay. Let me maybe fix your levels, Lucas. Okay. Just give me a 1-2 again, Lucas. Sorry about that.
No problem. 1-2. 1-2.
Oh, okay. We got him up in the levels here. Okay, we're good to go, guys. So, yeah, and if you could just maybe speak a little bit closer into your phone, and then we should be good there. So yeah, that's how I synced up with Lucas here. So I just thought that he'd be a great guy to bring on for a Dogecoin for Insomniacs. So yeah. So Lucas, how did you find yourself into crypto space, and even more specifically the Dogecoin scene?
Well, I first started trading Bitcoin back in 2012, and I got into it because one of my friends got rich from it. He made between 2011 and 2012, he made about $10 million really, really quickly. And then I obviously had to dig in once I saw my friend quitting his job and sailing away on a big boat. And I bought some Bitcoin, and sold it a couple of years later. Obviously, if I was still holding it, I would be a bazillionaire at this moment, but I didn't hodl. So I actually sold my Bitcoin 3-4 years after I bought it, made some money, and just kept following the crypto space for a very, very long time. I know about the technology behind it, blockchain, all that stuff. Huge fan of the technology. And now that I'm in Doge, I got into Doge probably October was my research. I started doing my research on it, and I finally pulled the trigger on investing in the beginning of December. So I got in at 0.004 cents, and I only invested $1,000. So pretty low amount of money, but a lot of Doge.
Yeah. So what was your buy-in point at that time with your initial?
So my initial investment was $1,000, and it was at the cost per coin at the time was 0.004 cents.
Oh, excellent!
So literally less than a tenth of a penny.
Excellent.
Or actually, four tenths of a penny, exactly. Actually.
Excellent. So yeah, that's I mean, $1,000 is a bit of a modest investment, but considering your buying point, that's pretty advantageous. Most of us didn't have the benefit of buying in that early. My first batch of Doge was right when it turned 2 cents, and I had been watching it since a penny, and then I knew still that spot. Still decent, but after, obviously hindsight's always 20/20. But I wish I would have purchased. I own about 150,000 Dogecoin, and obviously I wish I would have bought all 150,000 Dogecoin at the 2 cent mark. But hindsight's always 2020. But
Exactly.
I kept buying batches up and up after that. But yeah, so it kind of so yeah, when it was at that 1 penny, I knew I should have jumped earlier. Just all my business instincts were telling me, and just all my instincts were telling me that even just the culture and the societal factors that were at play were really going to turbo boost this thing. So right when it hit 2 cents, I made one of my more sizable hauls right there. I just hit it, and
Nice.
So
That's where it should be. That's where it should be. You pulled the trigger. That's all that matters. If you hesitate, usually you lose out in this space. So trust your gut moving forward, and I think it'll drive you in the right direction.
Yeah, that's always pretty sage advice. It's always one of those things too where you can always wait. It's that game you can play with yourself where you're always waiting for the most perfect opportune moment, the perfect dip, right? And
there is no perfect moment.
yeah, there is no perfect moment. And when we had a big dip today, all the way down to 30 some cents, I forget what it was. But then I had people, and even my sister, texted me, "Oh, I should have waited to buy more Doge today." I was like, wait a minute, like you can always say that's easy to say now. Just like when the next time Dogecoin goes parabolic, and it will, and the next time it goes parabolic,
No doubt.
people are going to say, "Oh, I wish I would have bought more, the day before or whenever before it did what it's going to do." So you can always wait. And the thing is, if you get too obsessed with the perfection of buy-in times, right? You can really sabotage yourself. And I made that mistake earlier on in my trading that I would, when I first started messing around with crypto. I've been involved with crypto for about 6 years, but only seriously about the last 2 years. And I remember many times doing that when I first started trading, where I would wait for the most perfect time for buying in, and then consequently it would keep going up, and then I'd have to keep waiting for it to go down, and then before you know it, the ship has sailed, and now you are looking at a much more a much higher buy-in point than where you were if you just would have just not overthought and pulled the trigger.
Yep, I totally agree. Overthinking in this kind of investment is always going to serve you poorly, because when you're talking such little amounts of money for buy-in per coin, it just doesn't really serve you to actually not pull the trigger on something. It's always behooving, if you don't pull the trigger on something that's like a penny or 2 cents or 5 cents or fractions of a penny. So I definitely think moving forward, lessons learned. You could always get better in the future. And the next time, there's always a next time, is all I'm going to say.
Yeah, that's pretty well stated. Another thing I think is a good question for people to ask themselves in relation to this whole thing is, where do you think where do you think these particular coins are going to be in 1, 2, 3 years from now? And what do you think your future self would say to your present self about this stuff, right? Do you think especially with a coin like Dogecoin, you think your future self's going to lose a bunch of sleep over the fact that, you were, giving yourself a lot of anxiety about buying points of a few different, of a few extra cents, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, it's just one of those things. Tracy McDonald coming in with a generous super chat for $10. Tracy, appreciate you so much. She doesn't have anything to add to that, and I'm certainly not going to argue with it as a show host. But Tracy, thank you so much. Tracy McDonald, I know you.
Tracy McDonald, you rock.
Thank you. Yes,
Big
yes.
fan.
Yes.
Tracy McDonald.
Yeah, she's very, very involved in the Doge scene, and I see her on the channel all the time. So thank you again, Tracy McDonald. I really appreciate that. And you guys, if you have any questions for myself or my guest, you can feel free to pop them in the chat, and we will respond to the best of our ability. Lucas, so right now we were looking at about a little bit over 41 cents right now. I noticed some comments earlier on the show expressing some anxiety. People saying, why is it this low? What's going on? This, that, and the other thing. Stuff that we see all the time. Questions and anxieties that people express all the time in this market, particularly recent in lieu of recent events and how things have been going with the market and Doge over the last week or so. It's one of these things, guys. These are multifaceted reasons for why this is happening. But again, I'd just like to emphasize what's going on with Doge's market value isn't just unique to Dogecoin. The entire cryptocurrency market is in a dive right now. There's no mistaking it. I don't know how else to put it. I'm not saying it's free fall. I've definitely seen much worse. But I would almost describe what we're seeing right now throughout the entire crypto market as maybe a flash crash. A flash crash, meaning a crash that I would describe it as a crash, but it's something that's not going to last very long. I really don't think it's going to last very long. But it's going to take a bit to recover because Bitcoin took a big hit. And when Bitcoin takes a big hit, no matter how we feel about Bitcoin, it reverberates throughout the entire market. Your thoughts there, Lucas?
Yeah, I actually think there's so much hype going on and like this little crypto war that people are actually, we have Elon Musk, shooting for Doge and then canceling Bitcoin so they can't actually use Bitcoin to buy a Tesla anymore. And we got, the head of Ethereum dropping 1 billion SHIB coin, which basically completely devalued the SHIB coin like within minutes, just despite these meme coins. And I really think that this is just like billionaires playing with billionaires, and that's what's disrupting the market so much. And you can use Bitcoin and Ethereum as like index funds to see where the market's actually really going. So if you see Bitcoin drop and you see Ethereum dropping, you should follow that as okay, the market's going down a little bit, but it'll correct itself because the value of Bitcoin, the value of Ethereum is always going to be there because the entire NFT market is based on Ethereum. Everybody's touting Bitcoin as the new gold or the new digital gold. So there's really no way to say that Doge is going to be down for a while. I actually think this is the new floor of Doge. I actually think it's going to go up. My guess is it's going to be close to between 80 cents and $1 within the next 3-4 months. Again, not financial advice, but that's where I see it going and going there pretty quickly. And also we have to remember it's a transactional unit. It's made to be spent and used. It's a utility. So we actually have to use this coin as it's meant to be used as a utility. The more we use it, the more value it has, and the better off we're all going to be here. So the more stable it gets.
Yeah, really well laid out there. Thank you for that, Lucas. Some more super chats coming in here. Golden Greaser, $2. The number Shiba Inu pointing to the sky, pointing to the moon, perhaps, where we are on our way. Nice. And we are. It's as I say on the show here. Getting to the moon is not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. Stuart Yates, my friend from across the pond in the United Kingdom, just waking up. Stuart, the best part of waking up is Dogecoin in your cup, my friend. And thank you for the £3 there. I appreciate that. And then another $2 super sticker with a big grinning Shiba Inu, looking pretty cheery there. Thank you again, Golden Greaser. And another $2 super chat. So three $2 super stickers from the Golden Greaser, all with the Shiba Inus enthusiastically looking towards the moon. Thank you so much, Golden Greaser. And then of course, Robbie Gilchrist. I don't know what to say, man. With that level of generosity, coming in with another 69 Canadian dollar super chat. My friend, I don't want to take out of your any essential funds from your life. So, but if you're That's why we call you the whale. That's why people started calling you the Steven Steele live whale. So thank you again, Robbie Gilchrist. And keep in mind, Robbie, you can ask if you feel compelled to add any questions or comments to your contributions. You're more than welcome to add anything you like and ask us anything you like, man. I'm humbled. I'm very humbled. Just thank you. I don't know what to say, man. Thank you so much, Robbie. So where were we before? There's the Shiba Inu coin. You brought that up before. To me, personally, I was just completely amused. I've been completely amused by all of that. It's been absolutely hilarious to me because I covered now. I went in really hard on Shiba Inu token with one of my co-hosts, Nick Balls, here on the show 2 nights ago. And we did a deep dive on it, and I did some pretty good research, thorough research on the Shiba Inu token, all the weird questions. And the more I looked into it, the more questions arose, more strange questions arose, without any answers that made a lot of sense, put it that way. So I went all in on the Shiba Inu token because I feel that the Shiba Inu token was kind of plucked out of obscurity and used and weaponized by the CEO of Binance to not to take out Dogecoin, because I don't think he's that stupid that he would think it could do that, but to kind of
to relieve some of the momentum of Doge. It seems like that's what it feels like to me too.
So he's been trying to use that to blunt some of the Doge momentum, to blunt it, because BNB is number 3 in market cap, right? And that's where Dogecoin was headed. It still is headed there, guys, but it was right on the precipice of taking over BNB's number 3 market cap. And so he liked Doge until it started really encroaching on his BNB ranking and money. So I just thought it was really interesting because here's a guy, the CEO has been going live pretty much on the daily, saying how strict and high their standards are for platforming a coin, and all the rigorous standards and integrity that they keep themselves to before they decide to platform a coin. And then here they come out with this Shiba Inu token, which is a total just cut and paste mess that ripped off the mascot from Dogecoin and then bills itself the Dogecoin killer, right?
It was actually brilliant. It was a brilliant play as far as I'm concerned. I actually see that as on his part at least,
right?
To peel, because he put the Shiba Inu coin out there. He actually did, like, again, if he could just peel away some of that momentum that Doge had, some of the hype around Doge, that was his entire tactic. Slow down this massive freight train barreling down the tracks, and he did exactly that. And then, I mean, there's still an opportunity with SHIB, the SHIB coin. So I don't know. I still think there's still a lot of possibilities there if the hype train keeps going, but it also hurt a lot of people. So a lot of people are going to be very skeptical of dipping their toe back into that pond of the SHIB coin. Some people are holding those though, which is good.
From a strategic I agree with you. From a strategic standpoint, I do got to give it up to him. Imperial Beats coming in with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Imperial Beats. Appreciate you, man. Says, seriously, how much money does Robbie have? How much? What the hell? He said. So yeah, and I don't know. It's just one of those things. Who knows? But we love Robbie Gilchrist here, and thank you again, Imperial Beats. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you so much. Yeah, from a strategic viewpoint, it was definitely kind of curious and fun to watch in a sense. But so what happened was 2 nights ago on the show, I said when I realized on their website they say, oh, we started with a quadrillion coins, and then 50% of them get burned, and then the more I was looking into it, I'm like, these haven't been burned. These have been reallocated to a wallet. And then I
Oh,
started,
wow.
and then I started asking around in the Shiba Discord server. I was like, these aren't burned. These are in the wallet. And I said, and furthermore, they look like they are all being stored in the founder of Ethereum's wallet. And then I was told by various members of the Discord community of the Shiba Inu token. Oh yeah, that's it's burned storage with his wallet. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, they're either burned or they're being stored. Like you can't just make up a new term for it. You know what I mean? And so half of all Shiba until today, half of all Shiba Inu tokens were stored in Vitalik Buterin's wallet, who's over in Russia. And I said 2 nights ago on the show, I said, anyone that's invested in this coin, you better watch out, man. You better watch out, because on top of this looking super shady, they never asked him to store these. They're just imposing all these coins in his wallet, and they are using him as leverage for a faux burn to give an added perceived value to their crappy coin. And also what I realized too was specifically the Shiba Inu token was putting tremendous burden on Ethereum to the point where it was revving up its gas fees. And that is the sort of PR that he does not need right now, because Ethereum is working as fast as they can to roll out the 2.0 to lower those gas fees, make it quicker, make it cheaper, stay competitive, right? So, and I the more I was looking at this, and I literally said on the air, Lucas had said, I think this guy's ready to pull it. I said, I think they're going to annoy him. And I said, yeah, I think he's probably just going to cash out and just and tank the thing. And then, so when I woke up today with a bunch of people notifying me of this, and I just had one of the biggest, heartiest laughs I had in quite some time. And I even made a meme about it with the Shiba Inu token symbol, and I put text under it that said Dogecoin killer, and then I put a picture of Vitalik Buterin's face, and then I said Shiba Inu killer. So nice. People got a big kick out of that, and Billy Marcus commented on that and then retweeted it and stuff. It just kind of took off. It was pretty funny. So let's see what's going on in the chat here, guys. Didn't you call this move the other day? Yep, that's what I just explained, Johnny Bullets, and you are correct, sir. As Johnny Carson's sidekick used to say, who was that? Ed McMahon. You are correct, sir. Yeah, and then he'd laugh like that and go, ha, 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 you are correct, sir. Where's the beef? You're talking about a guy that comes in here all the time by the username Beef Supreme. I don't know, Beef Supreme's a night owl, but he is MIA. And to make it even funnier,
great movie though. That name is from a great movie, Idiocracy, man.
Totally,
Beef Supreme.
Totally, and Idiocracy became a prophecy, right? So. He comes in here too with the same avatar as the character from that movie, Beef Supreme, and
nice.
He has a twin brother that also watches this show, and he uses the name Carl's Jr. And so they usually come in here together and pump up. Awesome. They're both big Doge fanatics. They usually come in here all pumped up and bringing in big Doge energy for sure. But yeah, Idiocracy. Hilarious movie that definitely stands up the test of time, wouldn't you say?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Idiocracy is literally what happened when we had currently just passed a bad president. So yeah,
yeah,
I would say that we were living Idiocracy during that time period.
Yeah, it was kind of funny because they said during that time where it was 500 years in the future, but since that movie was made about 20 years ago, maybe 15, 20 years ago, that it doesn't seem like 500 years in the future. I'm like, this movie seems like it's more like 50, maybe 50 years tops in the future, not 500 years in the future. So yeah, that was, it's pretty. That movie really does stand up the test of time. I never get sick of watching. I think Mike Judge did an awesome job with it, and the writing and everything, and the casting and everything.
I don't know if you know the history of that movie, but it was a $20 million budget movie that got buried by the studio because of some internal politics. And that's why the movie became a cult classic rather than a box office hit when it first came out. Nobody knew about it because they kind of buried it due to like I said, due to the politics in the studio. So the cult classic does stand, even though it actually got buried, it still sees the light of day. People still quote it all the time. And it's just one of the best, I would say one of the best movies ever made, even though it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I would agree. So you would know because this is your background, right? So the reason why, so it purposely didn't, it was deliberate that not a lot of marketing was put into it during its initial release, yeah?
Yeah, that's exactly correct. Yeah, it was a $20 million budget, it was supposed to hit I can't remember the exact numbers, but it was supposed to have a huge budget, and it got cut. The budget got cut because of the timing of the movie and a whole bunch of internal politics, like I said. And another movie came out around the same time that was competing, and it got basically sidelined. And yet it still became this really cool movie at the end of the day. Kind of like the first Star Trek episodes back in the 60s. That show was not popular when it came out. Then it only became popular like 30 years later, and all these Trek heads. And the first movie came out like in the late 70s. So again, very interesting story around Idiocracy and a lot of these cult classic movies we love. It should have been a Scott Pilgrim versus the World, but it was more of like a slow burn into infamy.
A slow burn into infamy. Yeah, I like how you put it there. It kind of reminds me of a general parallel anyway. With one of my, probably could be my favorite movie of all time, is the first Blade Runner from 1983, and
that is a great movie.
Yeah, and it kind of flunked on its initial release and went on to be one of the biggest cult classics, and certainly a template for science fiction movies for the end of time, and also just heralded for any director that even aspires in that space. It's pretty much one of the number one things that are referenced as far as camera angles, cinematography, just general atmosphere, etc. And when it initially came out in 1983, the reason why it flunked so bad, it was, from what I understand, it was starring Harrison Ford, a mega star, right? Coming off the heels of the Star Wars movies and everything. But the reason why the studio decided not to put any marketing money behind it is because they realized they made a mistake too late. They put the movie out shortly after E.T. came out, and so E.T. just ate up all the space, ate up all the attention, and so Blade Runner, all the attention that Blade Runner normally would have gotten, just got completely buried and overlooked through E.T. So they already saw that in the cards, and the studios kind of concluded that it would just be a waste of money to try to market at that point. And so they just gave up. Pretty much they just gave up on, which is terrible because it's an absolute masterpiece. And when I have a super extended box DVD set with all these really detailed interviews, and a lot of it involving the director,
cool.
Ridley Scott. And Ridley Scott talks about it to exhaustive length. And it's interesting because everyone in the film and the interviews talks about how difficult Ridley Scott was to work with through filming Blade Runner, and they hated him at the time, right? They hated him at the time because they said he was so anal retentive and so demanding and so mean. But then, he made actors he made actresses cry, and he had to get new actresses to replace the ones that he'd always make cry, that had thicker skin. So then, what's interesting is and then he was very protective about letting anybody see any footage or any even rough drafts of anything. He kept it all secret, even from his own cast. So, but then, when it was the premiere night, the first time there, even all the actors were able to see any of the footage in its proper context. They said most of the cast were just they're crying. They're crying and they're just blown away. And then they understood why he was such a jerk, right? They understood because they didn't have they were on limited time, and he was trying to create one of the most brilliant films ever created within this block of time that he had. So he didn't have the luxury of having to worry about people's hurt feelings, right? So right. So that to me, when I saw that, I'm sorry, I just went on a total tangent here, but that to me, when I heard that, I'm like, that's why this is one of my favorite films. It's definitely not an accident.
Yeah, good taste, my friend.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. So someone in the Paulette's asking, doesn't it feel like a clash of the titans with all this cryptocurrency? Yeah, it does. We're in the middle of definitely in the middle of some crypto wars. What do you say, Lucas?
Yeah, it's tough to keep up, but I actually love the crypto wars. It just means it means cryptocurrency is gaining more relevance, and the regular financial institutions and our old financial instruments are actually scared that people and they're basically becoming obsolete, and people are starting to realize that. So I think it's pretty amazing to actually see these folks battling over things. And Elon Musk is not really a finance guy, but he is literally our underdog billionaire. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he's our guy. He's always going to feel like he has that chip on his shoulder because he came. I mean, yeah, he didn't exactly come from nothing, but he worked his way up from pretty much nothing. Slept in a office early on in his life. Knows how hard it is to put in a 80 to 100 hour work week to make something work. He will always be thinking it's him against these elites, and he doesn't consider himself an elite, even though he's a billionaire. Mm-hmm. So he is literally our underdog billionaire, and he always will be. He's sick of people shorting his stock. So guess what he went after? He went after the people that shorted his stock a lot. So he canceled Bitcoin because, of course, the folks that are running the business over Mr. I don't know if I can name names, but Barry over at the people that own CoinDesk and stuff like that. Those guys basically said they were going to short Doge. So so Elon instead said, hey, guess what? No more Bitcoin for you guys to buy a Tesla. And that made that drop. So that was literally a shot across his bow. Yeah. That basically was the largest kick in the face you could possibly get from Elon Musk. He literally shut down Bitcoin and shut down the people who are the what they call Bitcoin maxis. Right. So I say it's all about right now. Doge is the future, and don't get me wrong, Bitcoin will always have a place. They both can coexist, but Doge is going to be the utility coin, and Bitcoin is just going to be like the thing you put in your closet for a rainy day, and you can't take it with you. So I'd be which I am. I'm on Doge. Mm-hmm. So Doge it is for me. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, well stated, Lucas. Thank you to Krin Yoshi coming through at $1.99 super sticker. Thank you for that. The microphone. Thank you. Appreciate that. So my guest tonight, who you've been hearing, is Lucas Bean, and Lucas has a pretty unique background, guys. As a former head of global marketing for Atari and former head of marketing for Sony Pictures. And a .com veteran. Speaking of which, I'm like Gen X, right? I'm Gen X, and so I have very fond and reminiscent nostalgic memories rather of Atari, of it being this, the premier yet primitive gaming console with so many memories, and I don't know.
$5. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So I don't know enough about the state of Atari right now. Obviously, they've branched out far above and beyond a lot of different places. I don't know how long ago you were there, but since you were head of global marketing for Atari, did part of your job encompass being able to market some of that nostalgia surrounding
Absolutely.
Atari?
My entire job was to reinvent the brand so that it actually Atari equaled gamer was was basically my call to action, my new brand. And now everybody sees Atari. We had 92% market penetration, meaning from a 7-year-old kid all the way up to a 90-year-old grandmother, they knew what Atari was. It was crazy. I've never actually was so lucky enough to work for a brand like that. Like, people know Sony, people know a couple of the other startup brands and .coms I worked for, but none of them even came close to being able to run, like having the privilege to run global marketing for like such an iconic brand. It's basically like running marketing for Apple or something, just some beloved brand out there, such as like, hey, I'm in charge of marketing for Porsche.
Right.
That's pretty awesome. Like, it's kind of like a dream come true. So after that, there was nowhere to go but except for, basically run my own companies and do my own thing after that. So it was really, I peaked out in the corporate world and just went back to the .com world. And now I am Mr. Crypto, or as much as I can be. I'm still kind of novice, but I have been investing since 2012. But I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I think it's really cool to have someone in your background, not only in this space, but the space within the space, the Doge space. Tracy McDonald coming through again with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Tracy. Really appreciate that. Says, so Coinbase and Silbert had something to do with the crash of Doge. I'm wondering if that's why Coinbase didn't list Doge, however, are staking Ethereum 2.0. Do you have any thoughts on that, Lucas?
Yes. Heck yes. Think about that. Coinbase, who owns Coinbase, right? Who's the one who runs Coinbase? Barry. Barry, of course, didn't list Doge on Coinbase. It makes perfect sense. He actually released Shiba Coin. So this is the perfect scenario of him trying to destroy something he feels very threatened about. Mm-hmm. So when someone feels threatened that at that high of a level, you should know you're in the right place. Doge is the right place. Mm-hmm. Everybody's scared of Doge, and all the underdog billionaires are completely fronting it, saying this is the future. So I think Robbie, you should order a pizza. Do it, buddy, and buy some Doge. Not financial advice.
Thank you again, Tracy McDonald, for that. Thank you again. The legal disclaimer, not financial advice, blah, blah, blah. We're not financial advisors.
Been saying that all day, Steve.
Yep. I know.
That all day, man.
That's why I make it easy, and I just have it literally just branded on my screen at all times. Not financial advice. Tim H coming through, $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate you tuning in and your support of the show. I think the truly clever thing about Elon's tweet is everyone is now doing math on Bitcoin's huge environmental impact. That may be the real death knell. Yeah, I have mixed feelings about this one, Tim, and thank you for your thoughtful commentary there. And I'd love to get your thoughts on this, Lucas, as well. So it is true that Bitcoin uses up more energy in its mining process than any other cryptocurrency in existence. There's no doubt about that. But there are some pretty decent sections of the Bitcoin mining industry that have been replaced and substituted with green mining cryptocurrency companies that have been rapidly emerging into the space of Bitcoin, and I think that is something that's been quickly emerging and will keep emerging to make mining Bitcoin even more environmentally friendly and energy efficient. Now, one criticism, probably the only criticism I do have of how Elon handled things today is it does concern me, because when Bitcoin really suffers, the entire market suffers. Whether we like it or not, we're all kind of anchored to Bitcoin right now. So I think maybe it would have been better to maybe not make that announcement and just announce when you're ready that Dogecoin is really going to be where the emphasis is going to be, right? But I could be wrong on that one, but that's just what my instincts are telling me. Secondly, Bitcoin, the amount of energy and the carbon footprint that even mining the least energy efficient cryptocurrency to mine, Bitcoin, that in comparison to the environmental impact and the carbon footprint of harvesting fiat, gold, silver, and all of the utilities and energy that surrounds it in those systems and industries, there's no comparison. I mean, fiat, gold, silver, etc., and banks and so forth, they eat up way more energy and leave way heavier carbon footprint than even anything that Bitcoin could do. So, not that I don't think we should try to do better. I really do. But the thing is, we are on track to doing better with these green mining companies occupying more of the space. But what it also does is people that could care less about the environmental impacts of crypto have been using that particular narrative as a criticism to basically argue against decentralized finance, which is really what it boils down to. When you see a guy like Bill Gates, at first he was completely indifferent to Bitcoin a few months ago. Then it moved to, well, now I'm concerned about illegal activity concerning Bitcoin. Now I'm worried about the devastating environmental impacts of Bitcoin. To me, these are people that they have a vested financial interest in cryptocurrency not succeeding, and so they just throw all these things at the wall to see what sticks. Your thoughts? Your thoughts there.
Thoughts on exactly? Reframe the question real quick. So
yeah, sure. I guess I didn't have a specific question.
I was gonna say it was kind of
Yeah, I didn't have a specific question. I guess I'm just asking you if you have any thoughts on. I guess if I had to put it into the form of a question, it would be: do you think that? I guess I have a hard time putting a question. What are your thoughts on the idea? Because from all the research that I've done, the data that I have examined, fiat is definitely definitely less environmentally friendly than even Bitcoin.
Sure is.
Yeah. So, what do you think of this narrative that Elon's strategy today, right? That he released the press release that the predominant reason why he was parting his relationship with Bitcoin was for environmental reasons.
Yeah, it's killing two birds with one stone. One was for environmental reasons, and it was actually a perfect cover story for what his true intentions were, which were exactly the reason why this Barry, who's in charge of CoinDesk, who launched Shibcoin, and who also basically said, hey, we're shorting Doge, and wouldn't list it on CoinDesk. Like, the same exact reason all that stuff happened is exactly why Elon did this. He saw us as the underdogs. He realized what he was doing. He realized in the past people tried to short Tesla stock over years. So this has been building up for years in Elon. He hates short sellers. He hates those people. So because of this scenario, it was the perfect storm. Everybody, it was basically all of his animosity towards short sellers, plus he saw what these guys were doing to people who were buying Doge, and he loves Doge. That's like his baby. So he's not going to let big business like Barry, like basically him trying to steal not only say that he's going to short it vocally on Twitter, then have SHIB like coin go down because he gave half, or like $1 billion in coin to the the Ethereum guy who gave it to basically to help India, and that tanked the coin. He sees all these things as basically shots across the bow of this future cryptocurrency, and he didn't like it, so he basically just pulled the pin and said, hey, you know what, you're done, and he shut Barry down. I think Barry he should, like I said, he should quit Twitter, and he should literally just like go somewhere and stop communicating with people, because everything just backfired on you, especially when you have the second richest guy now has you in his crosshairs. And he did what he has the power to do. He saw this guy Barry as a short seller, and he goes, I'm taking him out, but I'm going to use the environment. At the end of the day, he didn't just use the environmental excuse. It is a good excuse. It does help the environment, but not as much as it hurt him to say no more Bitcoin.
Right. Yeah.
So that was the ultimate stick it to you kind of move. So
yeah, I think you raise a really good point there, and it's an important one for me to hear too, because it definitely justifies the narrative a little more to me, and it definitely makes more sense. And I agree with you when you lay it out like that. Imperial Beats coming in with a super chat of $10. Thank you again, Imperial Beats. Thank you for your continued support of the show and everything else. Really appreciate it, man. He says, yes, Bitcoin is connected to Bitcoin, but once Doge is number one, Dogecoin will move Bitcoin. I think what he's saying is move to the number one spot. It's like every move Elon makes is 3 steps in one. He's playing chess, and these other billionaires are playing checkers. Yeah, I would agree with that sentiment. Wouldn't you, Lucas?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think he's right. I think Dogecoin will move to first, but not in terms of value. I think it'll move to first in terms of utility and how much it's used and how much basically hype's around it. Everybody's going to know it. Like it's like pulling a $10 bill out of your pocket. People know it by using it every single day, where like in theory, Bitcoin is, like I said, the gold. It's the value storage. It's kind of like a hard drive, your backup to everything. Hey, you know what? I've got these, these bearer bonds or like a gold bar in the safe, but I'm not going to break it out because I'm saving that until I'm 70. And then I'll break out the gold bar and cash it in. That's Bitcoin. I mean, it's a store of basically savings. I mean, at the end of the day, it's free, supposedly free of inflation, but we'll find out, because at the end of the day, when you do back out Bitcoin, it does actually have to contend. I mean, you're going to back it out into a regular currency that is affected by, it's definitely affected by, obviously inflation. So we'll see how that works. I'm hopeful that Bitcoin maintains as, they both can coexist. There is no like Bitcoin's going to beat Doge and Doge's going to beat Bitcoin. Doge will definitely beat Bitcoin as utility and usage, and Bitcoin will stay as the digital gold. And it's just, I think Doge will definitely go up in value because it's used more. It's more valued, just like anything else that people use a lot. If you don't use it a lot, you sell it at a tag sale. So that's usually how it goes, or you put it on Craigslist. So hopefully we see Doge go up in value, and I think we will. So I think that's pretty well stated. And I looked up Barry Silbert's net worth, and he's worth $1.6 billion. I just can't wrap my head around people like this personally. If I was worth $1.6 billion, I wouldn't go out of my way to be such a jerk unnecessarily to people. I agree.
It's really hard to wrap my head around it, because I mean, how much money do you really need in this life? Firstly, secondly,
it's not a thing. That's the thing. I think that's where you're getting. That's the confusing part, is that it's not about money to Barry. It's about being an elitist, about saying, hey, my product is superior to yours. And really behind that, hey, I'm superior to you, and your coin is just being hyped and pumped or whatever it is, what truly is happening is jealousy. He's the
For sure.
telephone company. He's the telephone company, and cell phones just came out. And he's like, oh no, like it's a fad. Cell phones are just like the internet. It was a fad back in the 90s. It's nothing. It's going to die out. The internet was a fad. Cell phones are a fad. Well, nobody really has a landline anymore. And I can tell you right now, if you're not working on the internet, what kind of a job do you got? You know what I mean? So you're in some way associated with the internet, and it's going to be via email or whatever you use in technology. You're a technologist, no matter how much you think you're not. So.
I thought it was interesting. The two things that Barry tweeted out today, about 7 hours ago, he just tweeted meh. That's it.
Yeah, I saw that. I was fascinated by that. He was just like, meh. That's him losing and him going, I don't really, whatever. Doesn't really bother me, but it's really it's a troll. It's a troll kind of a statement, the way he said that. I mean, he basically just goes, meh. And at the same time, he's going, okay, the second richest guy in the world right now, and possibly the first richest guy in the world pretty soon, just snubbed me, and I just got owned by the entire internet.
Yeah.
So it's a bad feeling when everybody hates you. And,
right.
He works really hard at being a jerk.
I know.
So when you work really hard at being a jerk, he's surprised that he's being treated like a jerk. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
And he said, and then he backed it an hour later with this tweet. He said, I think the names of Zuck's goats are much more newsworthy, but maybe that's me. So here he is. To me, these statements.
He's Ted Cruz. He's Ted Cruz, dude. Nobody likes Ted Cruz.
Yeah, I think
Sorry, but he is.
Oh, that's all right. I think what's going on here is by him saying meh, to me it's kind of like his only play, right? It's his only play. He's backed in the corner. He lost majorly, and there's only two ways he can play this at this point.
Silence. Yeah, silence or meh. It's the only way he can do it.
Right.
If he did it any other way, like you're saying, if he did actually say anything else, it would show his hand. Yet he showed his hand just by meh. Meh means, hey, I'm worth 1.8, or 1.6 billion dollars. I don't really care. This doesn't really affect me. Really, it does. He lost hard. So when you lose really poorly and publicly, these billionaires don't take it very well. How old is Barry anyway? Like,
pretty young.
I don't even know how. Yeah, I was gonna say he looked young in the photo, but he doesn't seem like, just by looking at his photo, doesn't seem like he's enjoying the money very much. He just seems like his entire life is surrounded by trying to destroy things, instead of actually try to be like symbiotic. I don't understand why you wouldn't want any cryptocurrency to succeed, because the whole idea is to decentralize currency regardless of who owns it. And if you do that, we all win. So
Right. Yeah. He's 43, so that's pretty young.
It is, yeah.
That's pretty young.
He looks like he's 30. He looks like he's in his early 30s. And he just looks like a kid that he got his PlayStation controller taken out of his hands by his mom, and he's like pouting.
He does. He looks to me like a wet behind the ears Ivy League graduate. That's what he looks like to me.
Yeah. Hey, don't hate on Ivy League, man.
I'm not.
I'm an Ivy Leaguer.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. So Barry, I think that was his only logical play, and then for him, that follow-up tweet is basically the same thing. That's basically meh expanded, right? Where it's like, it's him trying to flex and say, this isn't very big news. I'm like, dude, your whole life is Bitcoin. Don't front. And everybody knows that you are crying inside. Come on, dude. I mean, there couldn't have been a bigger blow delivered to him at one time than that. And it's really hard to feel sorry for him, because he just goes out of his way to be such a supreme penis head that it's just really...
I totally agree.
Really difficult to feel any sympathy for him. Tracy McDonald coming through with a another super chat. Tracy, thank you for your generosity tonight and everything else. Really appreciate it. She said, I feel for one that Tesla was getting a huge backlash from the media with reports on green efficiency with Bitcoin. So why would Elon push crypto at all? But then there's that middle finger. You have any thoughts on that, Lucas?
Yeah, it's the reason why. The question is basically why Elon would actually even accept Bitcoin to begin with. It's because of user acquisition. So he knew people in tech love cryptocurrency. He knew he wanted to get more people buying Teslas, and what better way to bring those tech folks in than to accept cryptocurrency? And Bitcoin was the logical option, just because it was a high value, easier. One Bitcoin could buy it. Well, at the time when he first started accepting it, like 2 Bitcoin could pay for a Tesla, and not such a bad situation. But in this case, again, Bitcoin is now for the elite. How many people could really afford a $50,000 coin? Not that many people. It's the elitist type of coin now. Even Ethereum is now in the $4,000+ The average person's not going to be using Ethereum and Bitcoin right now. They're going to be going for Doge, and especially now with the news of Robinhood taking fractional Dogecoins. You can now buy fractional Dogecoins on Robinhood. That's amazing news. It just allows for transactions to happen so much faster, and for the coin to become so much more stable. We now will have a stable Dogecoin because of transaction speed and fractional coins. It's amazing. Right. It's amazing stuff.
Right, I agree with that, and maybe because I've explained it in the best way I know how, but maybe if it comes from a different perspective, maybe if you could try to even break down in more layman's terms for the audience why this ability to transfer Doge in a fractional context is beneficial for the popularity of the coin.
Well, first of all, it allows people to buy in at a much lower rate and have fractions, but it's easier to use. So like when you actually go to transact, it takes a second or two usually, or sometimes up to 5 seconds to 10 seconds to transact if it's not fractional. Now that it's actually a fractional cryptocurrency, it can be bought in fractions. It loads and has less volatility in fractions. So if you go to the store with, let's just say, $1 in Doge, and you go to transact with it right now, by the time you go to transact with it, and like by the time it loads up, there's almost zero latency with fractional cryptocurrencies like this. So with zero latency, especially with Doge, because it was already 1/10 the speed of how long, or actually 1/100th the speed of Bitcoin, it's now even faster being fractional. It actually allows for faster transactions and not having it degrade in terms of value from transaction to it being loaded up onto somebody's wallet or accepting it and transacting back and forth. You don't lose value within the exchange of value between the currency.
Yeah, well laid out there. So thank you for extrapolating on that a bit. Another super chat from Tracy. Thank you again, Tracy. Really appreciate this. Tracy McDonald.
Tracy rocks.
Yeah, she's excellent. Tracy McDonald coming through, $5 super chat, and she just added on, and he so covered his rear by using the statement for more green crypto. I can't tell you all the articles I read through. Doge to the moon, it will be. Yeah, and that's what
she's right.
Yep.
She's right. She's 100% right. He definitely covered his rear with that statement. It's absolutely true. We're doing it because of this, but really it's because of this. It was genius, but it also is really useful for the environment. Yes, there's that secondary reason for this whole thing, and it really is greener for the environment. It just takes too much energy to create Bitcoin compared to Doge, and that's where we're at right now. So Tracy's right.
Yeah, thanks for adding that, Tracy. RW says, I hope Elon announces Doge with Tesla soon. These dips worry me. Yeah, that's a good point. Now we are under more anxiety, right? And so I think the one of the maybe disadvantages of playing it how Elon played it today, Lucas, is I don't think there's as much room to play anymore in terms of, I mean, before this announcement yesterday, I was saying in my show that I predicted there would probably be a Dogecoin Tesla integration announcement anywhere from 3 to all the way up to 6 to 8 weeks. This announcement today seems to me that he's probably going to have to make that announcement and step up that timeline, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Whether he does or not, I don't know. It's he probably will do it. My guess is he'll do it tomorrow or Friday. I mean, it would be pretty awesome if he did it on his regular days, which is like, I mean, obviously there's a lot of anxiety here, but the news just came out about the fractional speed of Doge increasing super fast right now. Like, it literally came out while we were in those Twitter Spaces tonight. So again, nobody really knows that. Like, on the East Coast, it's 5 a.m. Where you're at, it's 4 a.m. Am I correct?
Yep, about that. Yep.
Where I'm at, it's 2 a.m. So again, like, not many people know that has happened. So that's a huge win. And there's got to be a reason why Robinhood's doing such a thing. They must know something we don't. So I have a feeling it's coming up soon, because otherwise, why would Robinhood set this up unless they knew it was coming? So that's my gut tells me they know it's coming, and it's definitely going to be an interesting thing. No matter what, though, nobody really loses here. Bitcoin wins, Ethereum wins, Doge wins. Everybody really wins, because if Doge wins, all cryptocurrency wins.
Right. Yeah, if Doge wins, all crypto wins. Yeah, I completely concur. Imperial Beats coming through with a generous super chat. Thank you again, Imperial Beats, for $20. Imperial Beats says, it's funny how these Bitcoin guys get bashed. It's funny how these Bitcoin guys bashed Elon for crashing Bitcoin with that tweet, but never had a thought about people like Barry trying to crash and short Doge. Yes, good.
Yes.
Good point.
Absolutely
Pointing
true.
out the hypocrisy there. Did you see BitBoy's latest vid? He was pissed at Elon. No, I don't really follow BitBoy Crypto very closely. I think he seems like a nice guy, and of course I would gladly be a guest on his show sometime if it ever led to that. But he and I just we see things pretty differently in the crypto space. So no, I didn't see that, and that doesn't surprise me. Anthony Grant, but thank you again, Imperial Beats. So I will check it out. Now you got me curious. So I am going to check it out. Again, thank you for your generous super chat, Imperial Beats, and your thoughtful comments. Anthony Grant, another regular supporter of the show. Anthony, thank you so much, man. Coming in with the $5 super chat. Top of the morning, Dozers. Top of the morning to you, sir. And thank you so much, guys. You guys are just really bringing in with the super chats in this early hour. I really appreciate it, guys. Tyler Davis coming in $1.99. Elon's son, his name is XRP in the thoughts.
Yeah. I know all about his name is Ad Astra, and then it's he named himself after a CIA spy plane. The plane that came before the SR-71. So I actually am a crazy as it may sound, it's a wasted youth, but I'm an expert in military aircraft. And
are you really?
Yeah, I am. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
And I literally could just look at it. I literally could just look at an airplane, and sometimes even just hear it, and I know exactly what it is, and I could tell you. Yeah, I literally can tell you what it is just by the sound of it sometimes, and I could definitely 100% of the time tell you what it is just by looking at it. So, yeah, it's a CIA plane that flew pretty high, and I mean it looks exactly like the SR-71 if anybody's familiar with it, but that's what he named it after. his kid after that. So it's Ad Astra and the I can't remember the name of the plane right now off the top of my head, but it's the predecessor to the SR-71. It's beautiful silver, gorgeous airplane.
Awesome. Berserk. I guess that's what Berserk is how I pronounce it. I've seen your name in the chat before. Thank you, Berserk, for your $2.99 super chat. Trust the process, relax, and hold. Yes, that is generally a mantra I try to abide by, not only for myself, but try to pass on to you guys as well. So thank you, Berserk, for that. That's always something
that's
great.
The A12 Archangel. That's it. You're right, man. I love it, Tim. Good call. A12.
It's the A12. That's what the model was?
Yeah. Yep, that's the model, A12. Yep.
Awesome.
As soon as I saw it in the chat, I was like, there it is.
Good call, Tim. Good call, man. Tracy McDonald coming again, $5. Thank you so much, Tracy. I'm not backlashing Elon for using crypto. Those were statements from articles I read. Oh, no clarification needed. I think we knew the context of what you were talking about. But yeah, thank you again, Tracy, for your generosity and all your support for this show. Marcus from Germany. Hello, my friend. Good morning from Germany, Uncle Doge. Some people have taken to call me Uncle Doge for some reason. You have a great guest today. I agree. Entertainment biz at its best. To your topic, crypto war started. Let's choose weapons.
Yeah, I'd love this. It's Ich glaube, da ist der Scheiße.
Oh.
Hopefully I said that correctly in the right accent, Marcus.
Did you say crypto war started? What did you say?
No, I said something that I don't want to repeat because it might infringe on
the censors.
Swear. Yeah, it might be swearish type words.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Ich glaube, da ist der Scheiße.
Hopefully you were being hospitable to tell him to.
I am. He knows if he knows what it means. If he understood me at all,
I'm sure he knows what it means.
Positive thing.
Okay, good. Just clarifying. Okay, that's good. Marcus, my German friend. Thank you so much, man. It's always great to hear from you, and thank you for your donation of £10. Thank you so much, and great super chat there. So how much German do you know, Lucas?
Just enough to get me in trouble.
Yeah,
get me in trouble. So it's not enough to get by.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
English is. I think pretty much everybody in Germany actually knows English. So and in Europe, so almost everybody. So English is the language of business, and
right.
I'm barely fluent in that. So.
Right. Good morning, you crazy kids. Good morning, Zordan. Good morning, Zordan. Good to see you. Trucking all day. Also, Elon kid was born on May 4th. May the 4th be with
you. Yep. Yeah, exactly. It's the
wow.
Yep.
Wow. I didn't know that. That's a fun fact for sure. Mark Lance says, just finishing working out. I will be sending Steven an email soon. I am working on something I want him to know about. I have been here since day one. Okay, sounds good, Mark. I will look for that email and I'll follow up with you. Thank you for that. And wow, you just finished working out? I thought I led a very unconventional schedule, but here we have some viewers that just finished their workouts at 3-4 in the morning.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's awesome. Let's see. Yeah, guys, if you have any other questions for my guest Lucas Bean, feel free to pop them in the chat. Or for myself, your man Steven Steele, feel free to pop those in the chat. And just so you know, this is, if you're new to the channel, my name is Steven Steele. You have been listening to one of my programs called Dogecoin for Insomniacs. I also have an almost nearly nightly show that starts about 9:30 Central Standard Time called Doge After Dark. And so Dogecoin for Insomniacs isn't necessarily a nightly thing. It's pretty much if I'm wired and I'm still going at it. I'll just spontaneously start a Dogecoin for INSOMNIACS stream. And then I also put out some videos during the day. And now I'm also branching out and doing some, I think I'm going to keep hosting semi-regularly, probably not as much, Twitter Spaces during the daytime. And so, yeah, and my guest tonight has been Lucas Bean. Lucas Bean has just been a great guest here. And Lucas has a very unique background as former head of marketing for Atari, former head of marketing for Sony Pictures, and just a .com vet and super crypto enthusiast and super Dogecoin enthusiast. So it's always great. The thing that's most rewarding to me about having different guests on the show, and I always try to find who I feel are the most interesting guests that add a variety of tonality and experience and personality. And I really like just, probing inside the minds of people like this and adding to the enrichment of the environment here on Stephen Steele Live. I also
think that, I also think, I just want to say that the Doge community is so also diverse and welcoming. That's what's great about it. Like, usually people, there's a lot of people that we deal with inside of Twitter Spaces that we never would actually even talk to because they're across the country or they have different types of jobs where one guy's like an HVAC and another person's, a person that works at like a Subway in Iowa, stuff like that. All these people are signing into Spaces talking about Doge, and we're having great conversations with these folks, and it really doesn't matter. All walks of life, everybody's super welcoming. Everybody just is, hat in hand, zero egos. We just are here to educate people and make everybody feel welcome, because that's the way it should be. No one should be unreachable, unapproachable in this space. That's the way, you make an elitist kind of like form of cryptocurrency, which is why we're all for Doge, and that's why we call it the Doge Army, and we're all super welcoming. So glad to have everybody on this chat.
Thank you for that, guys. This might be another buying opportunity for those of you who are long-term holders that have some extra capital to play with. We are headed right around 40 cents, the 40-cent mark. So we're going to keep a close eye on it. We could get into the 30s again. That wouldn't surprise me either. And my personal opinion is it isn't much cause for alarm, particularly when you look at how the rest of the market is behaving right now, all the way down, all the way from the top, whether it's Ethereum to mid popularity coins, all the way down to the sleazy pancake swap class coins. They're all way down right now, guys. So just keep in mind when you see this kind of market value going on with our favorite dog money, it's certainly not unique to Dogecoin, what's going on now. So it's just one of those things you got to ride it out. And for those of us who have been investing for quite some time, we're not unfamiliar to these entire market dives. You just and if you find yourself you're having a lot of anxiety about it, just put the phone down, or at least don't put the phone. You don't have to put the phone out, but keep the app closed. Right? Keep your whatever trading app you predominantly use. Just keep it closed. Chances are when you go through big market dips like this, if you just not look for a few days and you return to it, chances are 3 or 4 days later, your portfolio is going to be looking a lot pretty similar to where it was before this happened. So that's always been my experiences. This is just been a fantastic show, and Lucas has just been a really, really great guest. And so I'm really glad I crossed his paths out there in the Twitter space, and I'd like to think that I'm a pretty good scout for these things, and I'm pretty discerning who I bring on the air here, so I think he's doing a real good job. Someone in the chat says, I'm waiting for it to get into the 30s again. Yeah, that's what I like to see. That's a no fear Doge investor right there. What do you say, Lucas? God,
yeah,
it's like, let's go low. Let's get it lower. I want to get in there.
Yeah, I'm waiting until it gets down into the 10-cent range again, everybody, but it's never going to happen. So I wish, but it's just such a great investment. But nope. You're going to have to buy it now, and I can tell you right now, you probably double, triple your money. Not investment advice, but I can see that happening. So you like money, like me? Doge is your answer.
Yeah, it's hard because I personally have to be a bit more frugal right now with because I got a lot of overhead right now. So so I've had to stop myself from putting any more money into crypto investments. But geez, when I look at this at 40 cents right now, knowing what is coming ahead for Doge in the near future, it's very difficult for me to not buy more right at this moment. It's very, very difficult. And honestly, right now I'm a big I'm pretty big on Ethereum as well. And right now is actually a very advantageous time to take advantage of Ethereum as well. It's down right around $3,800, guys. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get into the 30 something cents. We could even go down as low as, honestly, we could go down as low as 32 cents through today. It wouldn't surprise me. But just keep in mind that is not unique to Doge. So do not freak out, you guys. Deep breaths, slow exhalation, right? So just honestly, like, I'm advising you to literally do that a few times, even right now. Wilson Chalco coming through with a dancing, I would guess, Japanese looking Shiba Inu with a couple of fans looking very ecstatic, ready to party. Nice. Thank you for that. I love those. I love those things. Wilson Chaco, thank you for your $10 super sticker, man. I really appreciate that. Very, very kind of you, sir. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of how the corporate press covers everything that's transpired in the crypto world when we wake up today. How do you think they'll cover this, Lucas?
I think this is going to be a little bit bigger of a deal with the fractional Doge purchasing, knowing that it's speeding up that coin and making it a stable coin. So I think that's going to be big. And I actually think there might be a Thursday surprise with Elon saying Doge is now the cryptocurrency of Tesla. There's a great big possibility that happens.
And why do you think Thursday is the day for that?
Well, today is the day for that. I just think. Oh yeah,
today's Thursday, right? That's right. Sorry, in my mind, it was still a Wednesday, but no, today's Thursday, technically. So
today's Thursday. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm trying to be. I'm a rational optimist, so I'd like it to happen today. Mm-hmm. But if I was Elon, I would be making it on a Friday, so it would literally just give everybody this great weekend, because he's one of those guys that's, again, quippy, and he just, guess what? I get to see him standing there and dropping the mic right after he says it. Hey, by the way, we now only accept Doge. We accept cryptocurrency. We accept Tesla is Doge, and then just drops the mic, puts his hand out like, you're welcome, and then walks off the stage. So yeah, that would be amazing if he did it. So
I could see it, man. It wouldn't surprise me at this point. It's really interesting, Lucas, just seeing every day when I wake up, and I run a small business. I have a small store, and I've been delegating since I've started covering this stuff so thoroughly. I've hired a few two new employees to take care of a lot of stuff that I normally take care of, because I do feel that this is kind of my calling right now to cover this thing around the clock. It just seems like such a unique time in history, and I think we're really going to look back at 2021 and everything surrounding cryptocurrency and Dogecoin with a particular awe, really, where I just think that we're just seeing history really unfold before our eyes, and I've really felt compelled to just cover this as thoroughly as I can right now. I feel like I regret it if I don't do what I'm doing right now. You know what I mean? Don't do what I have been doing.
No, I think what you're doing is great. Again, when I started using Spaces, a month and a half ago, it was very bare, and I can tell you right now, when we started talking, I started finding the rooms about Doge. That was it. Like, my friends were doing Doge, and it's definitely the really smart sector to cover, and there's only one way to go, and that's up with this category. So I think it's a smart move.
Yeah.
So we're literally going through a disruption, and at the same time, it's a. Do I see Renaissance there too? I was just about to say crypto Renaissance. Look at that.
Yeah, a crypto Renaissance.
Absolutely. It's definitely a crypto Renaissance right now, or just currency Renaissance, where what we value now is absolutely changing, and we'll see how it all shakes out. But the government will get involved at some point, but I'm not sure when. So we should enjoy this time. Is Ether down to 3,700? Really? That's awesome if that's true.
I know. I'm
buying as we speak.
I know it's not down to. I got to refresh my app before I speak out of. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's down that low. I think it's down closer to 3,800.
3790. Wow.
Wow.
Killer deal.
I really might have to. I really.
Ether's going to, just so you guys know, everybody, you heard it here first. Ether's going to 10,000. The next 30 to 60 days.
I wouldn't be surprised.
30 to 60 days, Ether's going to 10,000. So
yeah,
it's not a bad bet.
I am very bullish on ETH. ETH is my favorite, second to my second favorite crypto to Dogecoin, and I wouldn't be surprised at all, Lucas. My end of year predictions for Ether were between what did I say? Between 12 and 15K by end of year.
Yeah, that's very. I would say that's very conservative too. It could actually be higher than that. It could be 15 to 20,000. So, very good guess. You're right in the range of where I think it would be too. So good call on that one.
So you honestly think it's possible for Ethereum to reach 20K by end of year?
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. And some of the smartest people I know in the Ethereum space are telling me this, and there's no question about it. One of them has literally never been wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mad genius. Again, another person on the spectrum of Asperger's, knows the numbers inside and out, wrote his own algorithms for all these tracking cryptocurrencies on his own, and he has full financial models built out that actually work on, because there's enough data out there to make it statistically relevant. So his stuff has always been on point. Batman versus Deadpool. Lucas, you rock. No, you rock.
Yeah,
you
Batman.
Rock, man.
Batman. Yeah, I'll definitely be working Lucas Bean into future episodes. Don't worry about that. He and I are going to stay in touch. I'll be working him in my my roster here. Yep. And guys,
man, I'll come back if I'm invited. Everybody.
Yeah. We'll make it happen, Lucas. And guys, you are listening to your man, Real Deal, Steven Steele, coming to you live. Dogecoin for Insomniacs. Special guest tonight has been Lucas Bean. And if you haven't hit that like button, smash that like button. It's the number one thing you can do to help a new emerging channel like this get in front of more eyeballs, grow the community. Takes a split second of your time, doesn't cost you a dime. So appreciate that, guys. And secondly, if you're brand new here, if you've never watched the show before, I want to personally welcome you to the show, welcome you to this community, and invite you to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Hit all on that notification bell, because 9 times out of 10, my programming are live programming, live streams. So They're a lot more exciting when you see them live. And so if you hit that notification bell, it's just as important as hitting the subscribe. And then you never have to wonder when I go live ever again, and you never have to miss these online parties if you don't want to. Steven, I think you've got a new guest to add to your normal rotating guest list for sure. So the crowd seems like the reviews are unanimous for Lucas. So thank you for that. Sounds good.
Thanks, everybody. You guys rock.
Yeah. They like it. They like it. So
he's paying me in Doge, so we're good, guys. Just kidding.
Yeah, it's always good to have solid guests for me too, because for as much as I'm on the air, and for as much for as busy as I am with my programming, it does get taxing doing it all by yourself all the time. It really does. And don't get me wrong.
Makes sense.
I do enjoy my live streams by myself. I still do enjoy that, but I can't exclusively do that when I'm streaming a few times a day for long periods of time. So
I agree. It's the grind. Especially Twitter Spaces. It really. I mean, that's a long time. We're in those spaces for like 2 hours, 3 hours at a time. I think I took a 30-minute break throughout the entire day off of Spaces. So I was literally on from, I don't know, I'd say 9 in the morning all the way until we started the show.
Yeah, so. It's funny because so now that we're going down, and anytime we significantly go down in market value or significantly shoot up in market value, a bunch of new people come into the chat because people automatically go to the internet and see who's talking about Doge live at this moment. So that's what's happening now. People are, Barry's dumping. Why is it dumping? Why is it going low? You guys, I know you must have just walked in. That's okay, but we've been explaining this all night. This is not unique to Dogecoin. The entire market is down radically right now. We are in a flash crash within the entire crypto market. This is not unique to Dogecoin, okay? This is not unique to Dogecoin. The entire market is doing this. I can't emphasize that enough. So these things happen. We've been through flash crashes before. I certainly have for as long as I've been involved in crypto. This is nothing new. If you're having a lot of anxiety about it, just honestly walk away from your phone for a few days, or at least the trading app for a few days. It's just might be the best thing for you to do. It's. I know for some people this is causing a lot of anxiety. You're seeing it get into the 39 cents, and I told you it could get all the way down to 32 cents. But I will say, it does not change my opinion of the long-term potential for this coin. And I would, again, we are not financial advisors. This is not officially financial advice. As my friend Crypto Batman says, it's financial fried rice. So take it as that. So
I love that. Hey, I love that. I was going to say, Doge is going to rebound, everybody, and the reason why it's down is the same reason why Shibcoin got all that love for a while. Everybody thought it was going to go up and spike, which it did until a whole bunch got dumped. Where the problem is, there's now this anxiety around Shib, which is a meme coin, very much like Doge. So in theory, that's what happened, is that anxiety around Shib, which creates anxiety around any altcoin. That's all going to go away once basically we've reached the bottom, I think, with Doge. And Barry released that coin, and he did exactly what he wanted to do: steal some of the thunder, and then when it crashed, steal some of the love away from anybody wanting to invest in these coins, in these altcoins. There makes people worry, makes people second guess it, and he did exactly that: slow the momentum of Doge, even if it's just for a little while. So don't let him win. The way we win is by investing on these dips, very lows right now. This is a good price. I know people that my family has bought in at higher prices than this, so I wouldn't even be concerned about this at all. The Shib coin is the thing that's made the entire market second guess and a little flighty, but it's all going to come back. Doge is here to stay. So.
Yeah, I would concur with that. Someone says Elon's liking tweets right now, so I'm on Elon's Twitter page right now. I'm on his likes. It's
He's always up. He's always up.
Yeah, I think another thing I really, Elon's one of us. I mean, we're here awake. I'm here at Awake live streaming you guys at 4:30 in the morning about dog money, and Lucas about 2:30 in the morning his time, and Elon, he must sleep. I would probably guess he sleeps in a couple different few hour shifts, kind of like JFK did when he was president. JFK slept two different 3-hour shifts. He slept 3 hours in the late night, early morning, and then it was rumored that he would. Well, it's not rumored; it's just a matter of a record that he would take a nap in the afternoon, about 2 or 3 hours, and that's how he'd do it.
Yep.
And he found he was much more productive.
That's exactly how Tesla did the same thing, and so does Elon for sure. He's already He's given a couple of interviews where he tells you that he does this type of sleeping where he takes naps and then he wakes up and works, and then he takes an hour nap and then he wakes up and works 4 hours. So his schedule is crazy. Think about it. He can do whatever he wants whenever he wants. When you're worth the money you're worth and your companies are going actually well, you don't have to work 100 hours a week. But he's also got a disorder that makes him a little bit hyperactive, and that's what being on the spectrum does for you. It doesn't let your brain sleep all the time. It doesn't let you do certain things, but it also makes you excellent at other things. So it's
right.
par for the course.
Yeah, I don't know what my excuse is.
Well, I'm still up with it too, man. So I mean, I'd usually normally be asleep at this time, but no, I'm just so energized from chatting all day and having great conversations about Doge and just watching it all unfold in real time, just like you. Basically, we're witnessing history here, and it's not very often when you have a mini revolution, especially when it comes to currency. I mean, currency is the backbone of our every economy in the world. So this is one of the coolest things to be experiencing. We went through a pandemic, everybody was locked up. Now everybody's being let loose, and we're transitioning currencies. It's pretty cool. It's a good time to be around right now and witnessing this.
Yeah, definitely some silver linings. So what I'm bringing in the screen right now, you guys, I'm just bringing in Elon Musk's Twitter page. And so where I have it toggled on is his likes. And these are 3 of his recent things that he's liked over the course of the last 30 minutes here. And so we're going to look at these. We're going to look at these one by one, okay, folks? So he liked this tweet by a woman who just goes by the name K10. And it looks like I can't tell. Ago? Women of Tesla. So this was just within the last half hour that he liked this, and it says, "Bitcoiners mad, Elon. Our Bitcoiners mad. Musk kicked the hornet's nest. He's woken the tiger. Guys, he just said he isn't taking Bitcoin as payment for now." So he's kind of tampering down a lot of the making fun of what he probably feels is disproportionate Bitcoin maxi rage against him. And then he liked this meme right here with the classic Kermie T thing, dank meme for us, all electric car owners right now. And then this one here, which was probably the funniest out of them all, I think, when Elon Musk tweets something controversial, Tesla stockholder, first time crypto trader. What? Yeah. So I thought that was really good. In fact, I'm gonna have to like and retweet that one there. So I thought that was pretty good. So Elon is awake. Could he tweet something? Sure, he could tweet something. Will he? This was what I posted for my favorite S coin. That is the ASS coin. So Billy Marcus and I started talking about that coin out of jest, right? And we started messaging each other about it, and we both were invested. I'm still invested. I don't know if Billy still is, but we both just kind of got a kick out of it. And then something happened where the folks that run the official Twitter page for that coin heard that I own some or something through the grapevine. So then they started retweeting. They retweeted my profile picture and they said, "Are you an ASS man, Mr. Steele?" And this kind of thing. And I was like, sure, yeah, it's a lighthearted.
Yeah, I am.
It's a lighthearted project. And you know what, I've made my case, why I've been tweeting, and the community of that coin have really pretty delighted in me giving them some exposure, and they've been pretty nice to me. They've been pretty great. They've been pretty fun, I gotta admit. The reason why I am promoting that coin right now is kind of makes a mockery out of the pancake swap scene, which I like. I find it refreshingly kind of honest, because it doesn't claim that it's this super safe investment. It doesn't claim that it's more than what it is. And actually, the fundamentals of it, I mean, it's not groundbreaking stuff, but it's pretty decent. It's pretty decent. And the woman that is the primary developer of it has a really interesting story, and she's actually a part-time nurse, and she's just got a very interesting narrative and story. And to me, it just strikes me as a honest, fun, lighthearted project. So if you guys wonder why I'm posting stuff about ASS coin, that's why. And I'm actually working on, I think I don't have a date yet, but I'm going to have her as a guest on the show, guys, probably the next few weeks here. So I'll keep you posted on that. So we are.
You got a chance here,
Yep.
Steven. Hey, Steven,
Yep.
you got a chance. Go to Beeple on Twitter real quick. He just made a piece of art. I think you'll get a kick out of it. He literally just posted it at 2:34 a.m. my time.
All right, I'm pulling it up. Pulling it up right now.
Yeah. You see what it is?
Elon versus Bitcoin. Wow.
Elon versus the bull, dude. Exactly.
Wow. So I'm going to pull this up too for you guys to see what we're talking about here.
Solid.
Yeah, Beeple.
He's gonna sell that one. He's gonna sell that as an NFT.
Of course he is.
Get like $1 million for it.
At least.
Yep.
Yeah, at least. So I'm going to pull this latest Beeple artwork up here for you guys so you can see it. It's pretty interesting. So, sorry, let me minimize this for you guys so you can see it a little bit better. Just give me a moment, gang. Yeah, so Beeple just, this is his latest work, and so it's titled Elon versus Bitcoin. And look at that, the bull. And Elon is showing much resolve in his face here. He's very focused. He's very focused and very well groomed, might I add. And he's
Beeple. That's his art.
He's staring down that Bitcoin bull, man. That Bitcoin bull is really ticked. Really ticked. So that is wild, man. That is wild. So Beeple just posted that 8 minutes ago. Look at that. My goodness. My goodness. And what an interesting time of day. What should I tweet back? It's all about dog. I like calling it dog money. I think it's funny. Dog money now. You ever hear that? You ever hear that song, that Dogecoin rap where it talks about dog money? It's really funny. You should check it out. I'll send you a link. I'm sure some of the folks in the chat have heard of it. It's once you hear the song, then it's a lot funnier. But it's really well done. So yeah, guys, holding at 39 cents. I might have to buy more dog money, gang. I might have to throw some more on the pile at this rate. This is a tremendous sale, and I don't think it's going to last long either. I think what we're seeing, Lucas, I think this is a quiet before the storm.
I agree.
Before things just go bonkers, don't you think?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's a bargain price. Even if it drops a little bit lower, it's not going to hurt, and it's just going to go back up. We're going to see prices in the 60s or 70s pretty soon, I would say within the next couple of days. It might hang around here for about 7 days at the most, but it's going to go right back up. This is the new floor, I feel like, but again, not financial advice. It still feels right. It still feels right to me, though. Like, again, it's not I'm invested in a higher value on Doge right now still too, and I'm holding, so I have no problem with it at all.
Yeah.
I feel very comfortable with it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, cast Elon, if you're not enjoying the program, like, maybe this isn't the program for you, that's fine, dude, but we try to keep the vibes good here. And no, I wasn't drawing an analogy between ASS coin and Dogecoin. That's ridiculous. I wouldn't compare the two. So, I mean, you don't have to stick around, bro. It's cool. So, yeah, here we are. I do think this is the big quiet before the storm. I do think it's the big quiet before the storm.
You see that? Doge for Tesla is trending on Twitter right now.
Is it really? That is awesome.
You have in your comments right there, so let's check it out.
All right, let's check that out now.
True.
You guys are giving us some nice Twitter updates here.
Juicy updates.
I
don't see it. Let me see trending.
I know a lot of people in the spaces, the Doge scene spaces today, were all talking about getting that moving. So I think that it could be a consequence of that.
Totally true. Yeah, I do see Elon trending for sure. The word Elon, but and it's all about him suspending Bitcoin.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's something that's something that continues to trend throughout the day. So I think that is the right hashtag to get trending, honestly.
I agree.
Now is the time. Now is the time, guys. So I'm gonna start tweeting that too to get that trending. So what are we doing? Dogecoin for what is it? Amazon for, or no, not Amazon, Tesla for Doge? Is that what we're doing, guys? What?
Doge for Tesla.
Doge for Tesla, was it? Oh, Doge for
Doge,
hashtag Doge for Tesla. Okay, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
I just gotta understand we need to be on the same page to get it trending. We can't have different spellings, or we just got Doge for Tesla was trending for a minute there. So I am going.
Oh yeah, it is. Yep, Dogecoin Rise actually posted it, so there's no doubt about it. It was definitely trending. He's got a huge following, so he's got 400,000 followers. So
yeah, Dogecoin Rise has a fantastic, fantastically large platform there. Yeah, Doge for Tesla. Thank you guys. So now we're down to getting into 38 cents, my friend. I'm gonna wait. I think we could get down all the way down as low as 32 cents. I think that's possible. I don't really see it getting I really don't see it getting below 30 though. I really don't. But I'm just gonna wait here because
if it does, I'm buying.
I tell you what, Lucas, if it gets down even down to 35-ish cents, I think I need to re-examine my priorities here and buy a pretty big haul.
I agree. I think it's a great idea.
Man,
very smart move. Very smart move.
Sorry, I'm just texting back my lady friend here. Okay. So yeah, I'm just going to keep a close eye on this because we are. Let's take a look at these candles. Wow, it's looking pretty bad. Bad, good, depending on what your perspective is, right? But man, look at that drop.
Yeah, I see it.
It's just like
what happens though. Again, the index funds are Ethereum. Oh my God, Ethereum's down to 37, dude.
Oh my gosh, dude.
So that's what I'm saying. When you look at Bitcoin and you look at Ethereum, Bitcoin's at 49 and Ethereum's at 37. And Ethereum's dropping like a rock.
I wish I just had 10K to spare right now. I would straight up put tonight before I went to bed, I would put 5K in Doge and 5K. No, I'd probably put 4K in Doge and 6K in Ethereum and go to bed. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's a good time. Yeah, I agree. I have my it's unfortunate that a lot of my investments are actually in real stocks right now. I'm going to cash those out tomorrow and go all crypto.
Yeah, Delos Doge, thank you, Delos Doge, is coming in $5 super chat saying the entire crypto market is dropping right now. Yes, you are correct. This is not unique to Dogecoin. The entire market is doing this, so that's another reason why not to freak out, guys.
Every stock, by the way, is also in the red. Just so you guys know, like every stock I'm tracking on Robinhood is all red. So it's not just crypto; it's the entire market right now. It's tax season. So guess what? The end of tax season, everything goes back through the roof. So it's right now. It's the last couple of days of what is today right now? The 13th. We have 2-3 more days. Yeah, basically Fridays, I think, our deadline, or Monday. It's either Friday or Monday is our deadline, and then we all of a sudden people are they're going to know what they're getting back for taxes, and then they're going to know how much they can invest.
Right.
So they're going to be putting their money right back in. So,
right.
Yeah, we know that. We know it's dropping. I don't know what's posting it. Dodge.
Yeah, so
almost 36. Sweet.
A lot of interesting things going on Twitter right now in this weird hour, and I just saw that, Damien. In fact, I just commented on it and retweeted it. So, guys, the Dogecoin developers just tweeted this out moments ago. They said, "We are aware a new company has started offering develop services on Dogecoin. Please note, this does not involve any of the team maintaining Dogecoin Core." That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah,
so
what does that even mean?
I think what it could mean, so Damien in chat says, Dogecoin devs is tweeted, and I think they could be talking about Tesla for the quote-unquote new company. That was my first thought as well.
Oh my God! This is it.
This is getting spicy.
You guys better be buying some Doge.
And we are being gifted right now. We are being gifted with this tremendous discount before the big move, Lucas.
Right. I know. It's not. We're literally getting this knowledge dropped on us right before the storm.
Wow, man.
Kind of crazy. Opportunity abounds.
Wow, man. What I'm doing right now, I think I've already trimmed all the fat that I can in my portfolio, but I'm going to double check it to see if there's any more room for me to shut a few things down and reallocate them to those investments to Doge. I might do it with my beloved VGX, who I think I'm going to do it with VGX, because you know what? Because where my average is on VGX, I'll lose a little bit of money, but I can always buy back in. And VGX, I still think, has really great long-term potential, but it's really testing my patience. It's going to take a lot longer to get there than I initially expected. So I think that's what I'm going to do, guys. I think I'm going to shut down I
just made a Doge purchase as we're on the phone. Boom. There we go.
Nice one. Yeah, I'm I'm almost all out of fat that I can trim. I'm going in my stocks and seeing if there are any stocks that I can
you can't. That's the problem, though. You can't sell stocks because the market's not open.
Well, it will be in a couple hours. So
that's right.
So if things are still things, I think
be asleep.
Yeah, I think I might set my alarm, sell a couple of my stocks, and then
wake back and then go back to sleep
and put it into Doge and go back to sleep. That's the only fat that I have left to trim are in a few stocks that I'm very unenthusiastic about, and one of them being the Coinbase stock. By the way, the Coinbase IPO has just been a turd.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'd get rid of that one for sure and go all in on crypto, any kind of the kinds of crypto you know you're doing. So.
Well, what I've been doing is I was 15, 16, 17 different cryptos deep, and I have since really minimized it and consolidated a lot of that to Doge and Ethereum. And And I think those are
You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with those two cryptocurrencies, and let me tell you why. So Doge is going to be the currency of the future. It's the fastest moving crypto and the most transactional. And Ethereum is never going to go down in value. It's never going to hit a complete floor because the entire NFT market is based off of Ether. So the value of all that digital artwork and collectibles
yes.
never allow for that cryptocurrency to ever drop below a certain level, because then the entire NFT market crashes, which would never happen. That's like saying, hey, you know what, the Mona Lisa, it was $40 million, but we've decided that it's only $2 or 200,000 or $20. It's like just not going to happen. So a couple of safe bets are those, I would say, at least.
So just to clarify,
Doge, always.
I think there's a little confusion in chat about the kind of the tweet that I was talking about. That wasn't the official Dogecoin Twitter. It was from the official Dogecoin developers Twitter. So yeah, it's not going to be on the official Dogecoin. So the Dogecoin developers have their own Twitter, right? And so that's the account I'm talking about. That's who tweeted that out. They said, "We are aware a new company has started offering development services on Dogecoin. Please note this does not involve any of the team maintaining the Dogecoin core." So I imagine
that's okay. That's fine. That's just a company going off of the Doge blockchain. That's all it really is.
But
so they can actually create a type of NFT off of Doge as well. Depends on what they want to do with it. So.
But don't you think they could likely be talking about Tesla?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no question about it. It could be Tesla, for sure.
That's
why they're actually also making an announcement without saying any names. That would actually make a lot of sense that it was Tesla. Because why wouldn't they just say, you know what, it's this team out of Pakistan or India or England or, it could be anywhere, but they don't say anything. And the more ambiguous, the more makes you think, I would think it is Tesla.
So I'm torn between buying either more ETH or more Dogecoin right now. I'm just right on the fence. So
I can tell you right now, ETH is pretty low right now. So if it's still hovering around the low 37, and if it's in that range, I would go after that because it's definitely going to hit 10K in a couple of months. So
the chat is excited. I see that, guys. I'm on it. So breaking news: Elon just tweeted 1 minute ago. We're going to.
Seriously?
Yep, we're going to check it right now. Elon.
He's up at 5:48. He's up at 4:48 in the morning.
Bitcoin energy consumption annualized, upper bound consumption. So he's got a graph up here talking about.
Oh, the cool thing about Twitter is it the Twitter web app that sent it, or is it from his iPhone?
I can't tell. It doesn't say. It doesn't say on this one. Oh, Twitter for iPhone. Yep. Twitter for iPhone.
Yep. Okay, so that means he actually did send that. That he didn't schedule that tweet. So that means he really did send that manually. Wow. So he's awake at 4:49 a.m. So there you go.
I'm putting a response to you right away, and I'm saying buy the dip. It's a Doge world now. And then I'm putting a link.
Dip, it's a trip.
Yeah, and then I'm putting a link to this to the show. And usually when I do that, some folks come on over for there, and it's a real trip. And this is one of the reasons why I do such late night Doge coverage, is because many times this happens. We have.
I love it. This is a great idea.
And so I am usually the only show that is available and up covering the breaking relevant Elon tweets and statements, because he does this a lot at these very unconventional hours when most people aren't awake.
That's just so you know, that's when I actually bought first into Doge, just so you guys know. I literally bought Doge. So I bought Doge at, let's see, what time was it? I actually bought Doge at 1:30 a.m. on December 20th for a big purchase, at least. And that's when I bought it at 0.004 cents. from a tweet. I woke up from a tweet.
Here's a bit. Someone that so one of the top comments so far says, "Stop effing posting, dude." So there's obviously a Bitcoin maxi, pretty ticked off. And I'm just going to respond to that guy. LOL.
That is hilarious.
I'm just going to respond LOL with
Maxi Priest.
No, just I'm going to put a little cute dog emoji and then a little cute coin emoji.
You could put could write the letters AWW, say "Aw." Bless his heart.
So I think, let's see where we are with Doge right now on the MV. Yeah, we're still pretty low. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on it in case it goes even.
What about Ether? Tell me where Ether's at right now.
It's coming back up. So Doge is coming back up. So I need to make a decision really soon. Maybe you can help me with the decision.
Don't hesitate.
So
don't hesitate.
So ETH is right almost at 3,700 right now, even. And Doge is now at 40 cents. So I think maybe ETH is the play.
ETH is the play. Go for ETH for sure.
Right? Yeah.
Don't second guess it. Hit it.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. So my future self will thank me. My future self will thank me. I really shouldn't be spending money right now, but I know my future self will thank me.
Yep.
And that's what you have to keep in mind with this stuff. But after this, I really gotta just be frugal. So I'm going to mind my spending this week, and But this is such an incredible deal on Ethereum, and the thing is, Lucas, I think Ethereum's going to rocket right back up within 48 hours.
I absolutely agree. Again, the entire NFT market is based on it, so there's no way it won't go back up.
Right.
It's a shakeup in the market, man. I'm telling you. Once people are playing crypto wars, this happens, and then once it cools off, everybody goes back to their corner. All the numbers go back up. People get less scared.
Yep. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a crypto war, and this is where the gains are made, guys. This is where the gains are made. When you're brave to step out and make these bold moves when the market is depressed, right, Lucas?
Absolutely.
So I'm very happy about my my ETH purchase there. And let's take a look at the room here. Yep, I see that people are still saying Elon tweeted. Yep, got it. We just covered it, guys. Hey, Steven, I'm here to bother you. This is Wissam. Thank you, Wissam. Welcome to the show again, my friend. I forget which country you're in, but thank you. Good to see you. Tesla owners of the East Coast just made an interesting meme. Check it. Okay, you guys are all over the Twitter game right now. I do appreciate it. So Tesla owners, what account am I looking up? Tesla owners East Coast. Let's put a search in. I'm looking up right now, guys. Tesla owners East Bay. I just see Tesla owners East Bay. I don't see an East Coast. So let's see if that's what you're talking about.
Paste the link.
I'm looking. They tweeted something out an hour ago, but I don't really know what it means. But what about robots changing their minds? People are changing their minds. That's good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see. Now I see 7 hours ago. Okay, now I think I see the relevant tweet. So 7 hours ago, Tesla owners at East Bay tweeted out, okay, now that Bitcoin is out of the way, everyone's strapped in. Okay, this is good. Okay, now I see what you're talking about. So I'm going to bring this up on the screen for everyone. And thank you to, who pointed that out to me? Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Kevin. So we're going to bring this tweet up on the screen here. For you guys to see. And don't worry, gang, I'm gonna minimize it.
Kevin, you're right. We are in the first battle scene of the 300. Totally agree, man.
Okay. So this is what Tesla owners East Bay tweeted out. It's gotten a lot of rounds. Look at that. Almost 2,500 likes, a bunch of retweets. And
nice.
it says the infamous meme with our Shiba astronaut and Elon next to it. Okay, now that Bitcoin is out of the way, everyone's strapped in. Prepare to initiate launch sequence. Love it. Elon Musk, hashtag Doge, hashtag Dogecoin, hashtag Doge to the moon. I love it. I think that's phenomenal. Thank you for pointing that out. Bold move. And well done, Tesla owners of East Bay. And thank you again, Kevin. I enjoyed that one. So let's bring it back to charting, and then let's bring it back to resizing that chart quickly, guys. And Doge is coming back. So I think that could have been the dip. Let's see. I am from Lebanon, Stephen Steele. It's really bad. I'm sorry to hear that, man. And from what I've been hearing on the news, it seems like you guys are having a real rough go there. And sorry to hear that, Wassam. Hang in there, dude. And hopefully my show can bring you some much needed peace and distraction, Just take care of yourself, Wassam. Can you position candles up a little bit on the screen? I just brought them up. They all look like they're pretty... Oh, okay. Let me bring them up a little more, and I'll even zoom in. Just give me a moment, guys. I have like a zillion tabs open over here. And I'll zoom in on the most recent candles for you. Yeah, we'll just do that. But it's hard to do close-ups and keep the MV in the screen, but okay, that should do it. Okay. Dogecoin kind of rallying back a bit there. Looks like it's headed towards 41 cents. Has anyone else had issues with Anchor USD? People are always having issues with Anchor USD, my friend. I don't use that trading platform, but not one show goes by where people ask that question in the chat. So I predominantly use. I'm a big fan of Voyager. For its ease of use. If you are on Robinhood and you're looking to convert out of Robinhood, I'd strongly recommend Voyager because it's just as user friendly, just as intuitive as Robinhood without all the downsides that Robinhood's known for. If you want, I'm just going to put it, if you guys are interested in that, you can use my partnership code with Voyager. You'll get approved within 24 hours, and then you'll get $25 in free Bitcoin when you use that. So I'm going to pop that in the chat. I haven't popped that in chat in a bit, but the best thing is once you get your Bitcoin credit when you start trading, most people that are fans of this show that have signed up, you can convert that $25 in Bitcoin and throw it into anything else. You can throw it into Doge, you can throw it into ETH, you can throw it into whatever. So I'm going to pop that Voyager code in the chat in case anybody's interested. It's 7047BA. 7047BA. So, my guest tonight, this morning, whatever you want to call it, has been Lucas Bean. Lucas Bean has a really kind of fascinating background, really, as former head of global marketing for Atari, former head of marketing for Sony Pictures, and just all around just interesting guy with a pretty unique perspective on things. So he's been really nice to have. Lucas, what do you think, if you had, just for fun, what do you think might happen today when you wake up in this world?
I'm guessing, my guess is that there's going to be an announcement with Doge, and I think Doge is going to go back up into the mid 40s, mid to upper 40s, and I think Ethereum is going to be back up to what you were just talking about, 42, 4,300, possibly up to 46 even, because again, the NFT market is blowing up on Thursdays and Fridays usually. Other than that, I'm hopeful for the big Tesla reveal that Doge is the cryptocurrency they're going to be going with moving forward, and Bitcoin's out and Doge is in.
Bitcoin out, Doge is in. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. I don't think it's going to be very long before Ethereum is riding high again. I think it's going to be within the next 48 hours before it's right back where it was headed before. I mean, right now it's already back up to 38. So, yep. They're already, both Doge and Ethereum are already rallying back, guys. I think that was the dip. That could have been. And what's crazy to think about, Lucas, is it's actually very possible that dip that we just saw with both ETH and Doge, that could be it. Right? That could be it.
I agree.
The dip we just witnessed now, guys, could be the last time we ever see either of those coins do what they just did. It's very possible.
The next time you see Ether, it could literally be at $10,000. You know what I mean? Like in 30 to 60 days, you just be like, man, I should have bought at 37.
Right.
And there you go.
Right.
See, that's the thing about this coin, though. Hard to get into Ether, hard to get into Bitcoin, because they are just very expensive, and that's what makes Doge so appealing.
Right.
You could get enough volume that if it does surpass what we're expecting it to surpass, you can make some bank off of this. And that's what we're in this for.
Right.
To make some money.
Right. Let's see what's going on. Still got about 80 folks in here right now, considering it's 5:30 in the morning, or about 10 after 5 in the morning here. Not too shabby, gang. Not too shabby at all. We'll probably keep it going. I'll probably keep it going for about another 15 minutes here, guys. And then I'm going to try to unwind to a couple episodes of Schitt's Creek and call it. Let's see here. Welcome. I never know how to pronounce your username, but you're always in here. Ultra Crepidarian said they just got some dip. Smart move in my opinion. Oh yeah, good show, man. Thank you, FL Cowboy, Florida Cowboy. I assume that probably means. Yeah, I don't know. New York is very tricky. You guys in New York, you got so much regulation bound up with cryptocurrency. I feel bad for you guys. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you there. So many restrictions there. But I think this could be the day, Lucas. This could be the day. I wouldn't have thought that yesterday, but today I feel like today could be the day. The big day. The day we've been talking about for so long. The day I've been talking about on my show for months. The day that Elon officially announces that Tesla will be accepting Dogecoin.
Makes sense, man. I'm telling you, he just asked everybody if Doge would be the thing, and everybody said yes on his Twitter question. So
yeah,
makes perfect sense to me.
And then the next day he said Bitcoin. We're done with Bitcoin. So he's gonna have. Currently Tesla takes 0 cryptocurrencies. So I would think they're going to want to remedy that pretty quickly.
Yep.
So guys, strap in because I think the potential. I don't know. I think Doge could go to $1 on this news alone. It's possible.
Yep.
So strap in, guys, because I think we're pretty close in for. I think today could be the day. Or Friday. So we'll see, guys. But this is an exciting time to be alive, exciting time to be in this space. It's just really fun, really rewarding. You guys in the chat, this community has been really awesome. Really appreciate it. let's see here. Do you have anything else you wanted to say before we start closing this thing down, Lucas?
No, just thanks for this amazing community you've built here, and thanks for having me on your show tonight. It's been pretty amazing. I love educating and learning from people, and you have a pretty vibrant audience here. So,
yeah,
thanks again, man.
Sure, yeah, they're super supportive. They're super activated. And if you guys want to follow Luke, I'm going to put the link to his Twitter in the chat right now. If you want to give Lucas Bean a follow, that's where you can find Lucas. But as much as I want to keep going, guys, I know if I want to be able to cover everything that's going to transpire today, I'm just gonna have to force myself to shut down. Trust me, I want to keep going, but I also don't want to have to sleep the entire day away. So it's just a decision I have to make sooner or later. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I want to thank my guest, Lucas Bean, who is just fantastic. Lucas, I'll definitely be working you back in the rotation if you'd be into that.
Definitely.
Yep. And yeah, guys, and don't forget to give Lucas a follow on Twitter. I assume almost all of you guys already follow your man, Steven Steele, on Twitter. But we do get some people that just find the stream through YouTube for sure. So if you're one of those people, I'm going to put my Twitter in the chat too. So you know where to reach me. I'm very active on Twitter, and my DMs are open. So if you have any, reasonable questions or any news tips, right, you can feel free to shoot them in my inbox. If you @ me at anything on Twitter, I probably won't see it. So if you want to be sure that I do see something, just inbox me. Sometimes it'll take me a day or two to get to it or to respond, but I do get to them all. Just so Can Sound Gods get a shout out? There you go. It just happened, my friend.
Sound Gods, what's up?
Awesome. So, guys, you've been fantastic. I want to give a warm welcome. I want to give a warm thank you to Robbie Gilchrist and everyone else that super chatted tonight. I really appreciate that. It really does help for all my time and efforts, guys. And we're going to see you tomorrow, and keep strong. Keep the Doge momentum going strong. Keep this movement going strong. We have so much to be excited about. We are so lucky to be living in the time and the era that we have found ourselves upon right now. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, what the heck are you doing? Hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, because we're coming back tomorrow long and strong. And with that, I'm going to leave you guys with the official outro. Enjoy yourselves. Until next time, this is Steven Steele signing off. Just the bees and birds, the summer hay.